Yo, it's your boy Six, and welcome back to another no setup card trick tutorial. What's up, everybody? I hope you've been well. It's been a little while. I've just been busy going back to work, going back to grad school, and then finding time to record videos has been a bit of a challenge, but here we are. So we are back in action. I'm excited, finding some time. Aside from that, recently I celebrated my birthday, and I was thinking that I want to give you some effects that I've never published before. So you'll be getting some effects that I've never published upcoming on this channel. Maybe some things that I have published in like Magic Magazine, that type of thing. So we'll be bringing all my original content to this channel. So make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new here. Let's talk about today's effect, which is great. This is a no setup card trick that you can do with any deck of cards and called the Biddle Trick, and I'm sure you've heard of it. I'm going to give you the history because it's a little complex. It's not too complex, but it's interesting nonetheless. And then we'll go look at the performance and the method. It really is one of the best effects you can perform. I really made a living off this. It's in my arsenal of go-to effects, whether I was doing Street Magic or at a paid performance. It really is a powerhouse effect. It's going to knock some people out. You're going to love it. So let's go ahead and talk about the history and then get into today's tutorial. Around 1947, Elmer Biddle is going to publish an effect titled Transcendent, which is going to kind of give us the Biddle move that we're going to be utilizing in today's effect, and as it became known later on. Some years later, 1951, Richard Bruce Ferguson is going to publish an effect titled Wow, which is going to be essentially the plot to the Biddle Trick. And then Biddle Through is going to come later on, sometime in the 60s, I want to say. And that's going to be from Elmer Biddle, but this is going to give us the method that we use. So as you can see, there's a lot of things happening here. But in the simplest sense, as far as crediting goes, the plot is going to be going to Richard Bruce Ferguson. He created the plot because the method was very much different than the one we're looking at today. And the method that you often see today is actually coming from Elmer Biddle, so he's getting you credit for the method. Yeah, so that sometimes Magic history is a little interesting because it's a little complex, but credit to the plot Ferguson, and of course the method is going to Elmer Biddle, and it's today what we know as the Biddle Trick. So let's go ahead, take a look at the performance, then we'll go into the explanation and get you performing this effect. All right, let's take a look at the Biddle Trick. I think you'll love it. I'm going to show you some things you probably haven't seen utilized with this effect before, but it's really, really great. You're going to have a good time with it, and I'll tell you exactly how to do it to really amaze your spectators to the fullest extent. So a card's going to be selected, so they have a card taken out, and just like that, let's take a look at the card. I'll show it to the camera here. I'll pause a second to make sure it focuses, and we'll lose the card somewhere inside the pack. So the card gets lost. We can throw in a few shuffles. You get the idea. It really doesn't matter because the card does get shuffled. I hope that wasn't your card because it ended up somewhere. I don't know. Let's see how this goes. I'm going to try to narrow this down a little bit and see if we can see where your card is. I'm going to go with about somewhere in the top half. That's my guess. Don't give me any hints. Don't say anything. I'm going to look through here and I'm going to see if I can find. I'm going to take out a few cards. Yeah, I think it might be one of these. I don't want you to say anything. I'm going to show you these cards in a second, but I just want you to think inside your mind. And normally this would be in the spectator's hand at this point, just for clarity's sake, because I'll tell you why later. So I think it's one of these five. Now don't say anything. Again, just think if you see it in your mind, say yes, but don't say it out loud. So we have the Queen of Spades. We have the King of Diamonds. We have the Five of Clubs. We have the Four of Clubs. And we have the Nine of Diamonds. Was one of these your card? You could say yes or no now. It was. Okay. So of these five, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Of these five, one of them is your card. Let's see if we can do something special with your card. If you wait just a second, we had 5 cards a second ago, but now you'll notice there's only one. So one card has disappeared. But I still don't know your card. You haven't even said it or told anybody, right? Let's see how we did. Just think of it in your mind. Is your card now gone? It is. So you're thinking of a card and now it's vanished. Now there's only 4 cards. The card is vanished. This is getting strange. But don't worry, we can make it reappear. If you wait just a second, I snap my fingers. We got one card to reverse itself inside the center of the pack, and that'll be your card, the 5 of Clubs. And there you have it. That is Elmer Biddle's Biddle Trick. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about this effect. One thing that I do that's a little different is as opposed to using a key card, which this effect usually relies on, I use a dirty card, which is still a key card. But what you want to do is you want to get a card. In this case, I'm going to take out the Joker. Get a pencil, sharpen the tip so you have plenty of lead there. And what you're going to do is you're going to run the pencil across the edge of the card, just like this, And that's going to give you a little edging that you can see the card. So I have a joker, I run the pencil over it, and now if you look here, I'm going to just focus in on this so you can see it. You'll notice there's a line that I can see from the card. It's very faint, it's not easy to see, no one's going to notice it, only you will see it. It's going to be going through the card like that, right? And that's going to be the joker, and I'm going to be able to keep track of that joker and its position in the pack now, just using that principle. And that's also why I do it to both sides, because then you'll be able to see it on both sides. Okay, like I said, it's faint. It doesn't have to be much, just enough that you can keep track of. So that joker is going to be placed at the bottom of the pack, just like this, and we can now begin. A card's going to be selected, taken out, and looked at and remembered. You can leave the pack on the table. They're going to remember it, in this case the King of Hearts, and you're going to have them place their card on top of the pack and ask them to cut it into the middle. So they're going to cut about half the cards, and by doing that, when they place this packet on top, you're placing that dirty joker directly on top of the selected card. So that gets placed right on top. So why I like this dirty card principle is that now I can easily see it, and I can keep track of where their card is because I know it's right underneath it. So I want to shuffle these cards, so now I can pick the cards up. I can see the line here using that dirty card principle. I can shuffle off all the cards on top. When I get near that dirty card, I can take a chunk of cards off and then throw some more cards on top, almost like we do with the Ireland shuffle. But this time I'm keeping track of where that card is floating around to. So it's there for me to keep track of. That allows me to do a shuffle. Second is I'm going to place the cards either in the spectator's hands or not in their hands, depending on two things. If their card's at the top half or if their card's in the bottom half. So if I see the dirty card is towards the top half, I'm going to place this into the spectator's hands. Say, I want you to hold onto those cards. I'm going to try to narrow it down because I think your card may be somewhere in the top half. And I'm going to cut off the top half of cards because I know that dirty card is there. Now, if for some reason it's towards the bottom, because that's just the way the cards got shuffled, I'll say, you know what, I don't need the full pack. I'm going to cut off about half. I want you to hold on to these. And I take off the top half, giving it to them. All I want to do is leave them with one packet, and my packet has to have the dirty card in it. That's it. So they'll hold on to those, and I'll have this packet. And from here, everything else is for the most part the same. I'm going to turn the cards face up. Now, I don't let them see it. I keep it towards myself, but for explanation, I'll spread through it. I'm going to first go through, and I'm going to end up taking the card in front of the joker, because I know that's their card. So the key card is right behind their card. So whatever card's in front of that joker is their card. So I want to up jog two cards. 1, 2. I usually do a red and black because I don't know what color their card is at this point usually. So I'll just take out 1 and 1. I'll spread through. I'll get to the joker, take the card in front of it, spread through again, take a red and black because I like to have a mix of colors. Or you can do a black and red, whatever order you want to go in. Up jog 5 cards. Essentially, their card is the middle card, right? You're just taking out any 5 cards, but making sure their card is in the middle. I take these 5 cards out, and I tell them, I'm going to take out 5 cards. I think I narrowed it down. Turn the cards face up. So these 5 cards are placed face up on top of the face down cards. That's going to be important. Now I'm going to say I'm going to peel through the cards, and at any point, I want you just to think if you see your card there. Don't say it out loud. Don't do anything like that. Just think of it. Make sure you don't blink. Don't give me any kind of tells. And this is adding to the mental aspect of it because it's kind of now turning into a little bit of a mentalism trick. There's really 3 parts to this trick, and we're going to go through each of those now. So let's go through it. The first thing is going to be the Biddle steal, and that's going to happen with the 3rd card. So first I begin by holding the cards in Biddle grip, thumb at the back, fingers at the front, and I'm going to peel off the first card and say 6 of clubs. Don't say anything, just think yes or no. Next is the Ace of Diamonds. Notice how I try to keep the cards square together. This 6 goes all the way underneath as I peel off the Ace. Just like that. I'm going to keep congruency, which you'll see why in a second. The Ace of Diamonds. Yes or no. Don't say anything. Just think it. Great. Now I'm going to peel the King of Hearts. Same thing. The left hand goes underneath. Peel off the King of Hearts. But this time I'm going to hold a break underneath that card because it's going to get stolen underneath this packet. So now that card has a break, and I say just think. Don't say anything. I know this is their card because I've been following the key card. Now as I come over to do the same exact thing, I'm going to end up picking up with my second finger and thumb the King of Hearts. So as I come over, because of the break, I can pick up that King of Hearts. But I don't want to show the Ace underneath because they know there's a king there. So what I do is as I come over, I pick up that King of Hearts, but now my thumb still peels off that Ace of Spades, and that's covering the fact that the King of Hearts is no longer there and that it's now underneath the packet. Finally, I'll take the King of Hearts. Again, the same idea. Come over, King of Hearts, and say, just think of your card, don't say anything. And I stole that card. Once again, just for clarity's sake, it's in the middle. You peel off 1, peel off 2, peel off 3, hold a break. Now that I have a break, I'm going to steal it underneath by squeezing with these fingers as my thumb pulls off the ace of diamonds, finally the 6 of clubs. And now I can take this packet and I say, I would like you to hold on to that. I'm not going to need these cards. Place it on top of the cards. Ideally, this is in their hands. You'll see why in a second. And that goes in their hands and they're holding on to this. Right now, no magic has happened. You know you stole off a card and it's inside the middle now because of the placement of it. But they don't know that. To them, nothing has happened yet. They think you have 5 cards here and one of them is their card. We're going to sell that idea even further. I'm going to turn this packet face down and I say, I know your card is one of these 5 cards. I'm going to deal through. I'm going to peel off 1 and I'm going to do what's called a 4 for 5 count. I peel off 1 card, and as I come over to take another card, I'm going to take this card underneath this packet. So I'm going to line it back up and just hold it underneath the packet. I'm going to steal it back essentially. So I'm going to peel off 1, come over again, align it. I'm going to hold on to the card at the bottom, peel off 2, come back again, 3, 4, 5. And all I do there is steal back that first card. So at full speed, it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 cards, but really there's 4. Now the spectator thinks there's 5. You say, just think of your card. It's one of these. I don't know which one. If I snap my fingers, 1 card is gone. And this is the first trick. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 card has disappeared. Pause for a second because this is literally the first effect. A card is now gone. That's amazing. The first card is gone. Now you can have them say, you know what? 1 card is gone, but it could be any card. What was the name of your card? They name their card. You turn it over and say, look, your card is now gone. And the whole time they've just been thinking of this card, so it really does add to like the mental aspect of this. So now you can show the card is gone, and then you can ask them to spread the cards that they've been holding in their hands to reveal the face-up card. They're going to spread through and reveal the King of Hearts is their card, and I promise you they are going to freak out because this is amazing. Now I want to point something out here, a professional tip. Always have them hold the cards, and then when they spread through, they'll see their card and they'll freak out. If it's in their hands, it's always going to be more amazing than doing it on a table and then spreading on the table. You can do it that way if you like, but I promise you in their hands will always get a better reaction. Aside from that, in all my years of performing, sometimes the cards are sticky and this will happen, and this is just luck. So if you get lucky, I want you to take advantage of that luck, and this is how you do it. So you're going to spread through, or the spectator will spread through, and sometimes, for whatever reason, that King of Hearts, because of friction, because the cards are old, they'll stick together, or they'll bypass it. So you say spread through the cards, and if they spread through the cards, let's say they go through the cards like this, like say, oh, no, I don't see the King of Hearts. Have them close up the pack. Don't panic. So you didn't see it. Wait a second. Snap your fingers. Do a magic moment, and then say go through one by one. And now when they spread again, they'll see their card, and I promise you they will lose their minds because they will think that the card wasn't there the first time and then appeared magically. And this only accidentally happens. So if you ever have someone spread through the cards and they say, I didn't see the card, square the cards up, make a magic moment of it, have them spread through again, and then reveal the card, and they will freak out because they would think, I wanted the cards, there was no card, and now the card appeared. Take advantage of those lucky moments. So that's the Biddle Trick, utilizing the key card with the edge mark with the pencil. But what if you don't have an edge mark card? I like to carry that because I'm sneaky, but let's just say you don't have one. Well, then you can just do the same effect with a key card. So if you know the bottom card, in this case the King of Clubs, have them take out a card, look at a card, in this case the Queen of Diamonds, cut it into the pack, give the cards a few cuts because it's not going to disturb anything, so we'll give the cards a few cuts. Say, I want to try to narrow it down. You're going to spread through, look for your King of Clubs. Now you know their card, which is the Queen of Diamonds. If you see that, you say, you know what, actually shuffle the cards up, mix them up a little bit more. Now you know their card's the Queen of Diamonds, so when they shuffle, it doesn't matter. You can just simply go through and look for the Queen of Diamonds. Say, you give them a good mix, great. I still got to narrow this down. I'm going to take, just look for the half that has the Queen of Diamonds. And you say, you know what, I'm going to take about half of these cards. I want you to hold on to these. And give them these cards, knowing that the Queen of Diamonds is in this packet. Once you do that, you can turn the cards face down. Say, I'll give these another mix. I think one of these is your card. I'm going to narrow it down. Same idea. Go through, take out a couple of cards, look for that Queen of Diamonds, put it in the middle. And now it's the third card from the 5-card packet. Say, I'm going to take out 5 cards. Don't say anything. Don't give anything away. And you're going to follow the same exact procedure. Go through 1, 2, get that break, steal it underneath as you steal the ace of clubs off, right? Because it's going to go underneath. So as you come over, thumb goes on top, peel off that ace of clubs, that card goes under the bottom. Take the 6, and say one of these is your card. Place this in the spectator's hand, square them up, say hold on to those. We don't need those. We're going to use one of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. Do the 4 for 5 count. Show one card is vanished. Tell them to name their card. Show it's their card that is gone. And then have them spread the cards inside their hand to reveal they've been holding on to it the entire time. Really, really amazing effect, and I think you're really gonna enjoy it. That's a simple way to do it with the key card. Really basic. I think it's killer. This is an effect that you're gonna have a lot of mileage with, and I'm telling you, having them spread it in their hands, they are gonna freak out and lose their minds. You're really gonna love it. I promise you that. So I really hope you get out there and perform this effect. It's one of the best. And there you have it, the Biddle Trick from Elmer Biddle. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, drop it down below. Hit that like button because you love me and I love you too. And I'll see you all in the next episode.